to what we've been discussing, I'm going to be working on the hand. I'm just quickly allowing the shoulder to do. Now, again, I'm on her shoulder. I know where to put my hands. But if you start watching me even now, or if you look at the tape when I started, my principles are all the same. There's no difference right now that I'm doing with this hand than we did with the foot.
Thank you.
There's no, my training, and again, I'm not putting it down. I wouldn't be here with my training, but we were really taught, put your hand here, put your hand here, and this is just, okay, if you were playing piano, we'll just change the subject. I would make you put your hand on A, C, B sharp, whatever it might be. I'm going to give you specific places to put you, but you're working on an inanimate object. Most of your life, driving a car or whatever, you're learning movement on an inanimate object. What I'm teaching you today is a completely different conversation because you're actually working on a living human being. So I'm teaching you, there we go, how to work on a system that's going to react to your touch. Not how your touch is going to be affected by that object. So if you touch a glass, is it hot? Is it cold? Is it, again, these are all very topical senses. I'm dealing how, and again, I'm not watching her, how is she balancing? What is she doing? Is she able to cross midline? Counterbalancing through the pelvis. Notice again, even though I'm on the shoulder, do you see how I'm integrating that shoulder into her entire body? But she probably hasn't moved like this in a little bit. Again, just to find movement pleasurable and not purposeful. Everything we do, especially when we're moms, no offense, I know the guys do a little bit of work, but our whole life is purpose. We wake up to when we go to sleep, you know. When, no offense, when a guy gets sick, that's different. It's like, oh, I'm done. You know, we're sick, we still have to make everything work. Okie doke. So again, I have to deal with my comfort. I can do it where I'm like this working on someone. I prefer not to. I don't have to want to work around my structure. That's why I don't do my best work on the floor. I like working on the table. You'll find your own personal preferences as you play with this. If you don't play with it, it's like if I just handed you a bicycle and said go ride it. You know, maybe you like a 10-speed, maybe you like a 3-speed, but you don't know until you compare the two. So I give you permission to fill up as many people as you want. And just tell them, listen, I'm learning something new, let me play with you. Don't say, oh, I'm about to, totally rotate your arm and do all of these things. Because you don't know. And they forget to tell you things. You'll sit there and you go like, oh, you have a plate in my arm there. Oh, okay. Obviously metal's going to affect movement, and that's, a lot of our kids have pins, hips, this, and different things. Hands here. Now, I'm not dealing with anatomy. We're just going to learn touch and movement. So just sort of like you're playing a piano, you're going to bring your hands across the wrist like this, and just again feel. Now here, again, you're hardly seeing me do it. Just think of a boat in the water, just the way it would just let the waves affect it, because that's what movement is. But now I'm going to come across here again. See how my whole hand, I'm not like this. And I'm just thumbing here and how it counters. And just feel how the hand is going to roll into the table. So this is kind of a little crucial movement. It's very unassuming, but there's a difference between this, where the movement is here on the top. This is kind of what I was picking on you for. Versus the movement going through the table. But guess what? This is sitting up. You know what I mean? You're going into the pelvis, you're going into the elbow. So I'm here with the thumb, just along, but again, I'm not in specific. There's no chi, trigger points, any of that. And I'm just feeling how the hand goes into the table. I'm not doing this. She's capable, but that elbow just totally stopped. So I'm just So now that I've done the first, which is a counter, see I haven't moved this hand, that'll be the first. Now I'm gonna do same. So see how I'm rolling the fingers on my left hand as well as, and I'm just gonna kind of go up and down the inside of her hand. It's just a real gentle, but now I'm gonna, after you've done that, this is where it's going to be. I'm gonna go right here. Again, notice I'm on my system, so however you're working out, however someone sit up, no. So I'm just right here on the elbow, back here. I'm moving this movement up. And just a couple of times, but see how bicep, shoulder. I'm gonna just do this like 3 times. Feel right there, feel it? What I'm saying, feel it. For whatever reason, right in here in her arm is very taut. I can't pull her away. And I say that, yeah, I can yank her arm this way. But at that point, it's a force. If you don't go this slow, you're not gonna pick those things up. There's a whole different, I'm gonna pick on you for a second. You know, if I'm like this, how am I supposed to feel any kind of conversation that might be going on or not going on? Versus if I'm just, again, nice and slowly seeing how she reacts to my touch. So again, about 3 or 4 times, you're just gonna be here. And now I'm gonna go in. Let's see how I secure the elbow. So that's it, just a couple of times. Go back to the original position. And now just see how, if that made a difference. Feel the difference?
It's more comfortable.
It's more comfortable because the elbow can counter the hand. As one of the reasons. Now again, if you wanted to take this further and all this, just feel touching someone. Go like this a couple of times, see I haven't left the wrist. You know, but this is further down the line. Now look at the difference. And you might not see the difference, but she can feel it. So now just feel this hand and play around with it. No, just feel it.
It's better.
Okay.
It's still that.
Okay, but still, at least you're improving.
I've been moving,
Yeah.
moving more freely.
But just, and now do the other arm.
It feels heavier.
Can you see the difference? So that's all we're doing. So you're just, I hate to say, it's like a little, almost like rolling a cigar or something like that. You're just doing this, not that I've done that for a living, but you know, you're just this very, but again, feel how the hand presents into the table versus this flip-flop. Pick your partners. You can play around with different people, and I'll be circling.